All right, so we have the drive shaft out of the F-150. I don't usually drive this car, but I've been driving it recently.
Because the Monty's
Monty needs some work.
Yeah.
And the Sequoia is fixed up.
And April's.
And that's April's daily. So what happens here is this is an OEM U-joint that's never been serviced.
Yeah, and it's got, what, 150 on it or
I think
something?
it was 170. So let's see if we can't make it make noise. So imagine that under torque, right? Primarily with these U-joints is that it only has a certain amount of range of motion. So if the car isn't driven hard or on or off road, the U-joints actually only move just a little bit like this. And then those pins actually get flat marks and things like that, and then lack of grease. And then what happens is then it loses its range of motion and causes the drive shaft to vibrate. So you'll see it's kind of stuck right there. And this truck sits more than it's driven. So look at the front one. Oh, that's you? You're messing with me? Yeah, so look, watch this. There's no play in this.
That's perfect.
This one's good, it's never been serviced, but the back one takes a beating. So if the drive shaft sits more than anything, then it winds up causing more problems, and then it doesn't have the right range of motion. So if they towed with this more often, or we towed with, I don't know what the history is previously, where it was actually maintained, and this had a good range of motion, whatever grease is in the areas that could be would actually lubricate more. And right now you can see that. I could turn this, right? But I can't turn it easily. The more I turn it, the more it will become free. And that's this way, but this way is so shot that it's binding.
Yeah, and then you get this way. That's
so if you have a car that's like this and sits more than anything, it could still feel smooth and you could have a little vibration because the range of motion of the drive shaft is in its natural position all the time. So sometimes it's good to just take your truck out and go off road and drive over different off cambers and things like that, and that gives that U-joint more range of motion in the back than it does in the front, if you can follow that. So a sitting vehicle is no good, a unmaintained vehicle is no good, a non-serviceable U-joint in some cases is no good, but I didn't really notice was happening until recently. And that's why I'm fixing it. So I heard the problem. What did I say? I heard the problem, and I said, hey, Caleb, we need to fix that. And look, bring it in and fix it. That's it. You hear a problem, get it, bring it in, get it fixed before it becomes worse. What's worse? This keeps spinning out of round, wears out the pinion bearing and seal, and ruins your pinion gears, right? And then it ruins the flange, and it ruins the drive shaft, and then it spits the drive shaft out, and it breaks
the bed, gas tank.
Right. Yeah.
Kills your exhaust.
Right. So a $40 part plus labor versus thousands of dollars worth of.
And at that point, that would just probably total this truck.
I would fix it still.
You would fix it, but that's because we have the knowledge and experience to do that.
But there you go. You heard it.
My point is, if this is somebody who doesn't work on their own car,
yeah,
and they let this go out,
yeah,
and it kills everything, they're not fixing that. This truck's rotted out, needs other work.
It's not worth letting this go. All right. Thanks for watching.